Rev up your engines for the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast with Big E. Proudly sponsored by Christensen Law, where bikers helping engine bikers is more than just a motto. It's our commitment to the biker community. Be sure to tune in and listen to the latest news and biker buzz. And for all your personal injury needs, be sure to contact the Christensen Law team at 248-900-9000. What's up, bikers? It's Big E, and you're listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. We're talking all things bikes, the freedom of the road, and the brotherhood that makes this lifestyle what it is. From killer tips to wild stories from the highway, we've got it all right here. Life is short, bikers, so let's get after it. Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast and welcome to this week's installment of the 10-part series. That's right, 10 parts of the Wyld Stallion Motorcycle build-off. So every week, trying to get one of the builders on the podcast. So far, I'm doing pretty good. This week, I have Nick Carlin from Angola, Indiana. Welcome to the podcast, Nick.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Now, Nick is not new to the Wyld Stallions Motorcycle build, are you?
No, sir.
You've been in all of them, haven't you?
Yeah, this will be the third year, and this will be my third time being in it.
Nice. So you are probably one of the builders with a little bit of an edge.
I wouldn't say that.
No? Come on.
No, we, especially this year, we've got a lot of heavy hitters this year, builder wise. I mean, the show keeps growing like that, which is really cool to see, having been there since the beginning and seeing it now. So about the only edge that I have is I know Derek well, and kind of am getting familiar with the Owasso area.
Yeah.
That's about it. You know, my skills compared to everybody else's, I would say, are mid. So
You're probably being modest. I heard there's a group chat where there's some smack gets talked. So, and especially closer to the finale.
Oh yeah. Was it the first year? I sent Derek a video of mine because it was a mad dash to make sure that our bikes were running and done the first year. And I think it was like the night before or 2 nights before I finally got my bike running and sent Derek a video of it. And he replied back with, it sounds like bubble shit or something like that. I don't know. I mean,
so
and then, yeah.
So that just, you ever watch Bikes and Beards on YouTube? Or, yeah, Bikes and Beards.
No, what's the other one? The Bearded Mechanic.
Yeah,
I watched him.
You watched Bearded Mechanic. They were together.
Yeah.
Now they're separate. Hey,
yeah, that's what I thought.
Stop doing that. So he bought this bike on Amazon, and I swear to God, it sounded like a bubble machine.
Oh yeah.
It didn't come with the exhaust or something. There was some goofy thing that I think it was the exhaust. It didn't come with the exhaust. And the thing sounded like a bubble machine. It was hilarious. So yeah, I just when you said that, I had to think of that.
as far as the trash talking in the group goes, it's really just Derek. He comes up with some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first year I asked him for the address where the show was, and he sent me the address to the dump. He's like, "You can take your shit bike there." So yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So, how long have you been building bikes?
I was about halfway through my first build when I signed up for the first Wyld Stallion. So what was that? We're 22, 20, 21. Well, we started in 23. That was when it was.
Yeah, it'd be 20, 23, 24, and then this year's 25 be the third one. Yep.
Yep.
So you're relatively new to building bikes?
Yeah. I grew up building cars and stuff. Mini trucks is what I was into. Grew up riding bikes, and I mean, everyone my age, I'm sure, was very familiar with Jesse James and what was it? Motorcycle Madness. You know, that series. That was really, really eye opening for a lot of people my age. As far as, hey, you can do this stuff in your garage, and with minimal tools and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, and I never really did anything with that until later in life. Yeah. So yeah.
So what do you do for your 9 to 5?
I used to be a welder. I'm now a supervisor, so I got an office job.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I used to be a welder.
So you have that skill set.
Yeah. Yep.
So what did you build the first year?
The first year I built a 1998 Honda Shadow VLX 600.
And then last year?
Last year was a 2000 Sportster. It's a purple and gold theme. I still have that one. That one's gonna get raffled off the end of the year here this year.
Cool. Oh. So what is your daily rider, I guess, would be my next question for you.
Ooh. I
think you have a few bikes.
I got quite a few. Yeah.
from looking at your Facebook.
Yeah. I guess my daily would be my 2018 Ultra Limited.
Nice.
That's my old man bike.
Yeah, I have one of the. Well, I have a 14, but yeah, it's my old man bike.
Yeah, no, I love it.
I do too.
But then I got the sporty chopper. I got my first Shadow chopper. I got a 71 FLH that I'm kind of working on.
Right.
And I got a little Chinese Grom.
Oh yeah.
So
fun little toy.
Oh yeah. Yep.
All right. So now we're going to delve into these 10 questions that I warned you about, that I'm asking all the builders.
All right.
So question number 1, what is your initial vision for your build and how do you see it evolving?
My initial vision for my build, I have no clue. I'm still like, I usually start with a running bike. So this year I'm starting with pieces out of Derek's shed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know if we were friends on Facebook when I posted that picture of the bike on the trail, and it might have been in the magazine. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was on my intro that the Wyld Stallions Facebook page posted. But yeah, it's a stripped down Yamaha XS 650, and we pulled that out of his barn, and then another 2 motors out of his shed, and just various parts and pieces and stuff that he had.
There you go.
Laying around. Yeah. So it was Mac was kidding with Derek and said, "Oh, you're just giving your hoard. You're finally getting rid of your hoard," or something like that. And yeah, he did. I got his hoard now.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm in the process of building a frame table. So once I get that done, I'm going to get the frame and the motor up on there and then kind of go for there. I have no clue what I'm doing yet.
Oh, really? So you don't know what has inspired your theme or style for this year's bike? Or?
No. Like last year with the purple sports team, the local sports team around here is purple and gold.
No.
So that's where I got that. I was just trying to drum up interest locally.
Right. Well, that's good, especially if you're going to raffle it off.
Right.
That's cool.
So yeah, this year I have no idea. I'm still still trying to think of it.
So what is the first part of the build you're focusing on, and why?
Probably getting an idea of what I'm going to be doing. That should be yeah. Well, I like a lot of guys. When I talk to people on Facebook groups and whatnot, and I sit out in my garage and you'll just stare at the bike and the frame and whatnot and try and imagine it. And apparently a lot of guys do that too. So that'll be probably the first thing I do after I get my table built and get the frame and motor up on it. Then I'll step back and kind of see what shape and way I want to go with it.
Right. So it kind of narrows down takes out my next question, kind of answered that. How do you approach planning and sketching out your ideas before the build?
I plan, I get an idea in my head, but I don't sketch anything. I'm a terrible artist.
Right. I have the skills of a 2-year-old probably when it comes to
my
drawing.
stick figures look, terrible. So as far as planning goes, I kind of, get an idea of what I want and then start looking for parts there or figuring out how to make that vision happen. But I don't sketch anything. And, people say you make plans, God laughs. Usually, things go awry as you're building these.
Typically, yes.
Yeah. So I just, get a baseline of the shape and the look that I want and then just kind of go from there.
So, what do you think the most challenging aspect of this build will be?
Probably getting it running. I'm not a motor guy. Like I said, I'm a welder, so can cut steel and weld it back together and do all that stuff. Motor work, I am, much more than cleaning the carbs. I'm lost.
Right,
so
right.
Having these 3 motors that were, I don't know how long Derek had them in his shed and garage and whatnot. So who knows what type of shape they're actually in. So that's probably going to be the most difficult part, is trying to figure that out.
So do you have any specific materials or techniques you're excited to experiment with this year?
I'm hoping to get a tube bender here soon, and probably not a full frame this year, but I would really like to do my own hardtail. And getting that piece of equipment and messing around with that, I'm really looking forward to that. I gotta talk the girlfriend into letting me buy it.
Yeah. Well, I used to know how that goes. As we discussed earlier,
lucky you.
I'm now living alone. My dog, he doesn't argue too much about what I buy. So.
He doesn't mind?
No, he don't mind.
Well, that's good.
Give him a kibble, give him some bones, a toy once in a while. He's good. What's one feature or concept you're determined to include in your final design?
One feature or concept?
It's probably,
like I said,
probably pretty tough because you don't even kind of know exactly.
I have an idea for an exhaust that I want to do, and that's about as far as I've gotten with the planning, and I really I'm not sure if it's going to work, and I'm not sure how it's going to look, but I think I'm gonna try it.
Cool.
So that's something I'm looking forward to.
So, how do you prioritize functionality versus aesthetics at this early stage?
Oh, it's gotta function. That's every bike I build or have built. You got to be able to ride it. Like
Right.
the one Derek built last year, he was complaining about how difficult it is to ride, and it's a radical looking bike, but if you can't ride it, then it's garage art. Then
Right.
it's not,
Right. Well, even like I was talking to Frank, who won last year, he said his bike's not exactly the most comfortable to ride.
You talked to Frank today?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
man.
No, yeah. Well, he's all right,
Frank's a good guy for being a Buckeye. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't mention that, I was gonna, but I just thought, nah, we'll leave that out. That might cost some votes.
Well, yeah, because he's got what 16-inch bars on his.
On that one last year?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he's got 16-inch
At
bars.
least
He's not very
yeah.
tall, so I'm sure it's probably not a super comfortable ride.
Yeah.
So far, every bike that the blue one, it wasn't very comfortable for me, but I didn't really build it for me. So
Right.
The guy that I sold it to, he loves it. So
So far, it seems like everyone has been determined they're going to ride their bike into the show. At some point, they're going to put some miles on it. Everybody is pretty much building them to ride, not to look at. So, I mean, obviously they're going to be works of art, but that's not all they're going to be.
No,
they're not going to be a show bike. They're going to be a rider.
Right. I mean,
that you can take to a show.
Yeah. I was going to say Frank's bike looks killer. I mean, he did a killer job on that.
That bike is pretty sweet.
Yeah. So I wouldn't blame him if he didn't want to ride it that much. But yeah, as far as everyone wanting their bikes to run, I mean, that's really kind of the idea behind this is doing, building something in your garage that you can ride. You don't need all the fancy equipment and stuff. You can do this stuff in your garage with, a life, having a life outside of there too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so far the past 2 years, the first year, I think my bike was the only one that ran. And then last year my bike would run. I broke the master link on my chain for the first test drive I did. Yeah. So I was a little paranoid. I scratched my very expensive paint job.
Yeah.
Yeah. My old lady's probably going to listen to this. I'm not going to drop prices on here.
All right.
It was pretty expensive, but, so yeah, I was paranoid about riding my bike, but it would start and run. I knew that. So
you were just worried about.
Yeah. I didn't want to mess anything up, especially right before the show.
Right.
But yeah, I guess this year, I'm not sure. I think it was mentioned in the group chat that we might do a ride in. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be very cool.
All right. So you being the veteran show builder here, is there anything you've learned from past builds that you're applying to this one from the start?
Like I said, you make plans, God laughs. There's a certain way I like to go about things, but it's never ever that cut and dry. There's always something that comes up, or you miss something.
Yeah.
I remember not last year, the year before, I had the bike all back together and I went to start it and it wouldn't fire, and I spent 5 hours chasing down this electrical demon I simply didn't plug in all the way. That's what it was. So, I mean, stuff like that happens all the time.
Yeah.
So you can try to plan for it, but at the end of the day, stuff happens.
Right. Yeah. I can relate to that because, I'm not like totally mechanically declined. I know my way around stuff, and what was I doing? I think I was putting the stereo system. I put speakers in a stereo and stuff on my soft hill when I had that, and buttoned it all up, got it all done, and went to start the bike. The bike wouldn't start. It'd turn over, wouldn't start. What the hell? Well, stupid me didn't have the gas line hooked to the tank all the way. Just, one of those things that I thought I had it, but it wasn't clicked all the way on there.
Yep.
So it wasn't getting fuel, so it wouldn't start. But
yep, simple things like that will waste a lot of time.
Yeah.
So,
what is the most exciting part of starting a new build for you?
Getting the bike and then tear down and then getting all the new parts. That's what I like. I like shopping, I guess.
Yeah. Christmas.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's getting the bike and then looking at it and then, like I said, just sitting back and kind of getting an idea of it. And then as you go along, seeing that idea come together and take shape is really, really cool.
Right. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So, how do you feel about the timeline? You think you got enough time to do this, or?
Well, I've done it, past 2 years. I guess that's the one thing I've learned from these is don't wait till the last minute. I always do. The first year, me and Derek were joking about my paint not being dry, and he was going to be painting his at the show, getting overspray on everybody. Yeah, we were. It always is, the last second. I think the first year I did my test drive, the morning of the show, rode a mile up to the gas station, then came back home, loaded it on the trailer, and left. So it was
right down to the wire.
Last minute. So the timeline, it's not too bad. I mean,
some people perform well under pressure like that.
Yeah, and that's kind of a motivating thing too. That's how we got one of our builders last year. I saw his Facebook ad, and he said something about needing motivation for his build, and I said, hey, how about this? How about having a deadline? And
right.
It's a good motivator to make sure you get your stuff done.
Right.
Knowing that you got to be at this show on, this date at this time.
So I'm looking forward to the show. I haven't been in the past, so
you gonna make it out there?
I will make it out there. Yep.
Awesome.
Definitely gonna be there. So these bikes, I mean, talking to you guys is just they're gonna be cool. So I have to go and see them in person because the pictures the pictures are great, especially in Thunder Roads magazine. They have great pictures in there. But seeing them in person is
a great job.
Yeah. So have you been in any other shows or builds or anything like that?
No. This year I'll be at Party at the Pen. My bike got picked to be there. So did Derek's and so did Frank's.
Oh, cool.
So I know me and Derek are we got a hotel over there for that show, for Party at the Pen East. There's a show kind of local to me, Fort Wayne, Indiana, at the Coliseum there. Both my bikes will be there. Oh, when is that? March 28th, 29th. Yeah, both my bikes will be there for that. I'll be riding to Glory Days. I'm not riding my bike to Glory Days. I'll be at Glory Days with my purple bike. and probably Fuel Cleveland. I'll be at a bunch of shows. I was trying to get to, what was it, in St. Louis this weekend, Cycle Showcase, but I caught a bug last week and wasn't able to make for that show.
There's a tummy bug going around up here. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're headed to Mama Tried. Now, this will probably be after the fact when this one airs. But we were
after Mama Tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going there. Check that out. I've never been. So
never been.
Never been.
I went the first year of the build. I went Mama Tried, and I wrote an article for the magazine for RJ.
Oh.
Yeah, and awesome. The Eagles room up there is beautiful. Milwaukee's beautiful. Yeah.
I was actually born in Milwaukee, so.
Oh, were you?
But like, I was so small when we moved. I've been back a couple of times here and there, but. So I'm looking forward to going back. We're gonna hit the
hit up
Harley Museum. We're gonna be.
I was just gonna ask you.
Yep.
That's shit. It's only like $10, I think.
25, I think.
Is it 25?
Yeah, I think it's 25.
Still worth it.
I mean, worth it, though. It's free if you have a hog membership, but I don't have that right now. I think we're gonna do a flat track race too Friday night.
Like, you're gonna go watch one?
We're gonna go watch one. Yeah, we're gonna go watch one. Yeah.
Say.
So that'll be kind of cool.
Flat track is cool.
Yeah. So do that, and we got some other content creators are going to be there. There's 3 of us that are going. 3 of me and 2 of my club brothers. The one guy does Ride with Purpose on YouTube. Big Yeti, Rob Norton. So the 3 of us are going. We're going to have fun.
Sweet.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, I didn't get to go last year, and I'm not going this year. But Mama Tried's a good show.
One Kick Nickel, he'll be there, he said. So, and Frank might be. He doesn't know. So, might go check it out, I guess.
Dang, Frank's getting out this year.
Yeah. Well, you got the cover of the February issue of Thunder Roads Magazine, Michigan. So he's kind of a big deal.
Right.
I was giving him a hard time because I'm like, well, that's my favorite issue, but it's not because what's on the cover. It's because on page 3, there's a little article about me. Because I just went to work for RJ as a rep over here on this side of the state. So, yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I wish you best of luck.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sounds like you're getting close to getting started.
Yeah.
You got pieces and parts. And
when's this episode coming out?
This will be in about 3 weeks. So it'll be right after Mama Tried.
So by the time people are listening to this, I've already started. My bike's well underway. Everything's going great. That's what we're gonna. That's what
you're running with. All right.
Yep.
I'm sure it will.
3 weeks when I listen to this, I'll remember that.
Yeah.
How bad I was lying.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll have you'll at least have it up on the frame table, right?
Right.
All right. Well, thanks for taking time out to, away from your build to talk to me. Because I know you're getting her wrapped up already, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
No. Thanks for coming on, and I will see you in, August. End of August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you get to, you might go to Fuel Cleveland, right?
Might. Yeah, it's not too far away.
Glory Days is a good show to hit up too.
Get some of my other content creator brothers to go to these bike shows, and we split the cost, and it's not a bad deal.
Right.
So.
Hell yeah.
And it's fun to hang out
too, right?
Yeah. Fun to hang out with them anyway. So good excuse as any.
Right.
All right. Well, there you go. You want to vote for the veteran? Unless I know there's more than one of you that's done all 3 of them now. But
Me, Derek, and Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach didn't. He started last year, but then he had a lot of stuff going on, so he didn't come back. And he's not in it this year. So
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, that's a bummer.
yep.
All right, man. Well, thanks for taking time out to chat with me. Looking forward to seeing your bike in August. I'll be paying attention to the Facebook stuff.
Yeah.
Seeing your progress.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Instagram too.
Instagram.
The AB Pod.
Yeah, AB Pod. Right. So I looked it up. I actually added you. So I'll be watching.
Awesome, man.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yep. Thank you.
There you go. One more builder for the Wyld Stallions motorcycle build. And this guy's done it twice before. So I think he's got an edge. Derek? I don't know. I think you got some competition, buddy. Should be a good build this year. The guy who won last year, Frank. I mean, that bike's awesome. So I imagine everyone's going to step it up. Frank's got a target on his back. Who's going to take the title, I guess? Life is short, bikers. Get after it. Thanks for listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. Remember, bikers, life is short. Get after it.